I think I need to fix whatever issue we're having on the screen. Hopefully it shows. So it is 18 past 1. Streaming live, broadcasting live from the Dow Academy and TDA Radio. Welcome, I'm Miss T, and today I am your mid-afternoon entertainment. Although it'll depend on whether or not you find this entertaining. My niche is infotainment. We'll see how that goes. And because I have to adhere to, codes, pros, and is it okay? I guess it's okay. So I think today I'll be talking. They talked about body positivity or body issues earlier this week. They also talked about mental health issues. So I could here or manic depression as per the theme that was going on this week. I believe. Let's see. I will go into manic depression. So we're all going to be students from pre-primary to tertiary, we're all going to be closed for school for like a whole month, and we're bound to get distressed back and forth. You're trying to get your mindset into school, and then you have to get your mindset into now I have to somehow figure out how to either attend online classes or study while I'm just back at home. And we all know that we don't all have the most ideal situations in the house that can, have a proper mental growth. So I don't know, are you guys going to be on the show? Or am I just going to be riding solo and you're just gonna be watching me? Hi Flexi P. Hi AG.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing well.
Alright, so I think I'm gonna just rope you two in since you're here.
Alrighty.
Since you're here. So for today's topic, we're having manic depression. Does you know what manic depression is? AJ?
Pardon?
Do you know what manic depression is?
I don't really sure, but what I know is I know something related to depression, but
You can share what you know. You never know. Maybe you do know exactly.
Oh, okay. Talking about depression, according to what I've experienced before, I know that depression it's a mixture of feelings or confusions that people usually encounter or come across in their lifestyles or in their life once upon a time in their life, maybe due to things that they thought maybe will go according to how they wanted it to go, then it doesn't go according to how they expected. So it causes an anxiety, you understand, variety and problems that you come across that affects you, your spiritual and emotional being, which end up affecting the physical well-being of an individual. I think that's how I understand what depression meant.
Yeah. Flexi?
Yes, maniac. I also known as hypo. You said the word hypomania.
Yes.
Also known as to do with a lot with having. We would categorize it as feeling low. Like everything is just low. There's no excitement over nothing. It's like your sugar levels, everything is low. There's lack of excitement, not taking interest in activities. Just generally being low.
Why do I even have my research? You got this.
Oh
Why do I even have
thank
my
you.
research? You got this. What? Research. Manic depression is a form of bipolar disorder.
All right.
Okay, so it says that mania involves sleeplessness, hallucinations, psychosis, paranoid rage, and it's basically different types of moods of hyper energy, and these range from mild to extreme, and they can suddenly or gradually
Build up.
build up.
Build up.
Mania is the hyperactive part of illness, and the depression is when you are low, down and out, and everything is just bad. So it says that what does it say? Hey,
With that being said, I heard you mentioning something into psychosis. I think psychosis is something that deals with mental disorder or something. Am I right?
Yes,
All
because
right.
it says that you can have hallucinations. Yes, so I'm
Alright.
guessing that psychosis has to do with that element of the mania,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. It says that you can have it's called rapid cycling,
Alright.
where you have your levels of where the depression is, gradual build of the mania, and this is a rapid cycling where just that is the rapid cycling. And well, the apparently the clinical definition of manic depression is that it is a mood disorder characterized by hypomanic episodes,
Alright.
which are changes from one's normal state or mood accompanied by high energy states into a manic or hypomanic episode. And these mood swings usually or always include clinical depression.
All right.
And now going to what clinical depression is, or rather what the symptoms are, because that easier defines or explains what depression is. You usually have decreased concentrating, fatigue, decreased energies, being slowed down, you're persistently sad, you're anxious, you're hopeless, and sometimes you have insomnia as well. And you have constant headaches.
Insomnia is not a part of lack of sleeping or something in relation to that.
Yes.
All right.
If you are forever just anxious and your mind is running, there's no possible way that you're going to be able to say,
To
okay,
sleep.
let me sleep.
Oh,
You're
right, right.
anxious, your mind is like that.
Going crazy.
Like
Always
that.
running up and
like
down.
that. Like that.
I
yeah.
don't mind,
Yeah. What are some of the symptoms of clinical depression that you've heard people around you saying they have, or doctors out? Flexi?
I know physical symptoms.
Yeah.
Well, some of them.
Yeah.
It goes from a state of maybe losing your hair. Your hair starts thinning out, and one thins out because majority of the times when you are depressed, it's like sleep is your to go to a situation. So you find yourself you're sleepy most of the times.
Yeah.
And you can imagine having half the day you're sleeping and your head is busy rubbing. It's bound to happen. There's an element of hair loss somewhere around the day that is going to eventually take flight. And then other people's nail plate will change depending on how the chemical balance is. That generating certain pheromones, certain chemicals that will alter your body's natural functions.
Yeah.
So I know the physical ones, the hair loss, your nails changing, even losing weight, because majority of the time you lose appetite, you don't feel like eating, you're always weak, your eyes might sink in, or anything to do with depriving your body with the necessary care and attention would eventually lead to those physical.
AJ?
Yeah. What I know about the signs of depression is that some people it causes anxiety as well as anger. Most of the people you'll just see them, there will be everybody, even at the family level. You'll see that somebody that you always talk to in a friendly manner, they don't usually talk to you like the way they used to talk to you. You understand what I'm saying? And even when we get to the workment, the people, you'll just see their mood swings. They will change the way they interact with people. You understand? And even their emotional intelligence intelligence, it lowers, because now they are no longer, they won't be able to control the way they communicate with other people, or the way they relate with other people. It becomes so very abnormal, if I may say. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, as I had mentioned, the official symptoms of depression, clinical depression, as I'd said, decreased appetite, weight loss, overeating, weight gain, difficulty concentrating, remembering, and making decisions. You have fatigue, you have decreased energy, you feel like you're being slowed down, you're persistently sad, you're anxious, you have empty moods where we say we're numb, you don't feel anything, you're just living. If I can even say that, you're not alive. You have restlessness and you become very irritable. As you're saying, you have these uncontrollable bouts of anger, or you don't know how you can handle or deal to people. You start changing the way that you talk to them. We have feelings of guilt, with feelings of worthlessness. But why am I here? Why? What is the point? I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm helpless, I'm hopeless. And that usually leads to having thoughts of suicide or suicide attempts.
All right.
And then we have pessimism, insomnia, early waking or oversleeping, loss of interest in pleasure activities. You start having creative block if you're creative. You don't want to do your work. You just yeah, and then you have your constant headaches and your chronic pains. Those are both the mental, psychological, and the physical symptoms of clinical depression. And a quick musical break. We're going to be going to signs of mania and the bipolar disorder.
All right.
The part in which makes you, in the manic depression.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Right.
Once upon a time, and fame was all we knew. We were dreamers, free and fearless. The sweet life. out somehow. I made too many, won't go back on it, no. Girl, we gotta work it out right now. I swear I'll make you love again. I'll make you love again, yeah. If this the last thing that I say, I make sure it the right way. If it's the last thing that I do, I make sure that I get through to you. If it's the last thing that I do, I make sure that I get through. Make sure that I get through to you.
All right, we are back. It's 1:34 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, the 16th of July, 2021. We are rocking it live from Dow Academy TELE radio station, the first school TELE radio station in Africa since June 2021. We are back here with my beautiful guests AJ and Flexi P. We're talking manic depression. We've sort of gone through the symptoms of clinical depression in bipolar 1 disorder. We're now going into the signs and symptoms of mania depression in the bipolar disorder. So guys,
Yeah.
we talked about mania. What do you possibly think it is? What do you think the signs of mania are? Seeing as how the depression signs are feelings of, low energies. I'm guessing it's cut the opposite. So, but I'd like to hear what you guys think first.
The signs of what?
Mania in depression, in bipolar 1 disorder. Because manic depression used to be called bipolar disorder. Yes.
Not quite sure with that one. I think maybe if you can just give me a hint, then I can be able to.
Okay, well, one of them says disconnected racing thoughts.
Disconnected raising,
Thoughts. Or at least they decrease the need
decrease the need of
for sleep.
for sleep. Oh, okay. I think that one decreased need of sleep.
Yeah.
I think that one it can be associated with insomnia. Yeah, but it's the opposite of insomnia because it said decreased sleep of what?
Decreased need for sleep.
Need for sleep. I think it can be caused by overthinking of somebody who will be having the kind of problem that they will be going through. You understand what I'm saying? The person will be overthinking too much, automatically causes the person not to sleep properly, and that person thinks a lot about whatever problems they are encountering at that particular moment. You understand? Yeah, so it causes them to overthink, and they thought they are going to be spending sleeping during that particular day. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we
Flexi,
talking of hypo?
we're talking about no. Actually, because here's a little kicker.
yes.
Here's the kicker. We have mania and bipolar. We have the manic depression. We have two types of bipolar disorders, actually. We have bipolar disorder 1 and bipolar disorder 2.
Yes.
Right? The bipolar disorder 1, where it's the mania part of it. Because hypo is, increased or the
yes.
top of whatever the first one was.
Yeah.
So right now we're still kind of just ends of mania and bipolar disorder, just your usual. just the usual.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
this is why I was deliberately asking, because I felt there was just a little bit of a confusion there. Because there's the hypo, then there's just the
main,
normal.
the normal.
Yes, so for we are still dealing with the mania.
Yes.
Okay, the mania is the one that I think is very common actually, where it's like there's an illusion to reality. You know, there's an illusion to reality. No interest in so many things, like you were saying, decreased sleep. Kore, you're not in touch with your inner self. It's like you're just living in a bubble. Everything is la la land. If we could look of a better word.
So adding on that one, you mean like it affects the internal well-being of the
Yeah,
human
it's
being, or the
like
spiritual.
your thought process. It's like you are not in touch
All
with
right.
anything that is happening around you.
Yeah,
So-
because they do say that the signs of it are increased risk taking. You have these grandiose beliefs.
You don't think.
Kore, you just do. You are inappropriate irritability.
Yeah.
Because you're so hyper and whatever, you just get irritated by a lot of things around you. You have an increased talking speed or volume. You have markedly increased energy. Go, you're like a little kid on a sugar rush.
This is why I
you are.
say the la la land.
The La La Land part.
You are not in touch with reality. It looks marshmallowish and you look at
It's an
it.
inappropriate
Yeah.
thingy. Oh, they also say inappropriate elation or euphoria. Elation or euphoria. Wabon. They say you have this, you know, it's like waking in deep sleep and you're like, I'm so refreshed. What am I gonna do now? Oh, I haven't done the dishes in 2 weeks. I haven't done the laundry in a month. I need to clean the house, and you start doing all of that, and you just do all of it all at once. Like, yeah, no, laundry, wiring, dishes, okay, cups, mugs first. Okay, wait, no, while these are soaking, let me go mop. You're just everywhere all at the same time. That is where the manic come from, or the mania comes
So
from.
you're in the verge of always trying to do something.
Yes, because from that ish, you've been down, you've been feeling empty as if the world is ending. So now all of a sudden you have that burst of energy that you try to maximize on. You try to take advantage of the fact that, okay, no, now I can eat that I haven't been able to do for the last month or for the last 3 days or whatever.
Yeah.
So what do? You know, like the aha moment, the light bulb moment, and you just
Everything is haphazard at that
Everything is
moment.
haphazard at
Yeah,
the moment.
yeah.
So you just try to do everything all at once. And then we're going to get into bipolar 2. And it says, well, mania is the main characteristic of bipolar disorder 1. Bipolar has milder periods of known as hypomania, right? And according to the DSM-5, the diagnostic manual published by the American Psychiatric Association, the difference between mania and hypomania is the degree of severity. As an absence of psychosis, delusions, or hallucinations. So in bipolar 1, remember, we had explained bipolar disorder, just bipolar disorder, as having characteristics of psychosis and hallucinations. Now with bipolar 2, it's like, what that level of, because you now don't experience these moments of psychosis or hallucinations. And in hypomania, you have no negative impact from high symptoms in work and social functioning.
Okay, adding on what you are saying, with that being said, do you think high blood pressure contribute to one of these factors that are contributing to the problem of you said
Hypomania.
hypermania, or do you think the high blood pressure, which is a physical problem, it contribute to hypermania?
Can you elaborate on your question? What exactly do you mean?
I mean, like you said, it's hypermania, right? It happens internally. So do you think the physical well-being of a human being the problems can always contribute to the spiritual well-being?
Well, yes, I would like to
for
think
instance,
so.
I said high blood pressure. Do you think it can always contribute to the spiritual well-being of a human being?
Well, I mean, mixed band. Let's see.
I don't know, I don't get the correlation between the two, where now your high blood pressure is now contributing to your spiritual well-being.
I think it's because a lot of people tend to feel, especially spiritual people, they feel that the psyche, which would be the psychiatric, your brain,
Okay,
your
okay.
reasoning, your higher chakras and whatever, if you are sick or if you have a sense of disconnection or disloyal, or like you're experiencing the mania,
Okay,
it detaches you from whatever. So I'm guessing what he's saying is, can the medical come into contact with the spiritual? Because hypermania is medical,
Yes.
and the high blood pressure reason that just doing things according increases your high blood pressure, reduces your high blood pressure according to whatever What's the reason? So when now hypomania and bipolar 2 disorder, it's you have these, you realize that, okay, no, I have these things that give me pleasure, but they're safe. They're safe. You want that adrenaline, that exhilaration. You're like, what can I do? What can I do? My skin is itching for something that I can be like, woo! And you know, you start going skydiving, ziplining, go-karting. You know, you start looking for racetracks to just zoom along, or you hit the A1 180 kilometers per hour. Wabon. It's that's basically
That's
what
what
it
I
is.
usually do. Training, I think it can be part of it.
I think this is an eye-opener, personally for me, because when we talk of your bipolars and things or mental disorders, I think we always associate it with everything being decreased. We never think, okay,
a flip
this
of a
hyper
coin.
person might be going through something, or
Flip of a
she's
coin.
talking, or she's talking very
Oh,
fast, she's talking, she's saying so many
quickly.
things, she's
What's
rumbling.
wrong with you today?
No, we never think it might be depression. We just think, oh, she's
happy.
she's assertive.
She's
you know,
happy.
we associate depression with feeling low, or I don't want to do this. We never think, oh, somebody's saying, I want to do it, I want to get up and I want to do it. It's also a sign of depression.
I gotta they have now the
Yeah.
confidence.
This is what I'm saying,
somebody
it's an eye-opener.
somebody who's usually shy. Oh no, I wanna
It
go on
is.
stage and sing. Girl, are you
Kante.
okay? What is wrong? You know, that's how you should
Yeah.
start approaching people. That's
Oh,
how you
wow.
start thinking, oh my god, but this person is so happy. They committed suicide. You know?
Yes.
Yes,
Because
when
I
they
think
start,
that's what we always
they
say.
get better. They don't get better. That's not. It's actually, I feel like that's them getting worse, because that's when they've realized that, you know what, this is potentially the only way that I can get to.
be heard.
You know?
To be
Yeah,
heard,
I
yes.
need to be loud
Hey, I
for
need
me
to be
to get
loud.
my point across.
And then when they're loud, it's like, hey, ooh.
And I think we
Like-
always associate being loud with confidence. Somebody's
Sometimes
loud, we
it's
think
literally a cry
for help.
literally.
Yeah.
And that's why people are like, no, but Snamang just went skydiving last week. This person was so happy. He entered a competition. Kantemoto was going through the final stages of depression or something like that. You know, it's like, you know what? I'm going to end it. Let me end it on a bang. Go big or go home. I
That's
mean, I'm
when-
going home, but let me
yes.
go big anyway.
That's when you hear somebody saying, you know what, I was with this person yesterday
Hey,
and we
we
were
went
just
to
happy.
okay.
We
We
were
were
just
happy.
okay. We
We
were
went
talking about this
dancing.
and this.
Hey.
We had some few drinks, blah,
Hey.
blah, blah. You
this
understand?
explains a
Hey,
lot. Hey.
Wawan. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, you need to look out for that, guys. Look out for that. It's not always, like they say, check on your happy friends. People undermine or underestimate the statement so much, because it's like we forget, we're just attributing it to if this person is a happy person. They're trying not to make you feel that pain. No. They're trying to get you to give me that attention. I need
Attention,
your
yeah.
help. It's not about, oh no, I'm not trying to make you feel pity for me. Yes, it's about that, but it's also a thing of, I don't know what to do. This is, I can't control this. This is how it goes.
It's like a cry for help.
Hey, so literally check on your happy friends.
Yeah.
The comedians who've always just committed suicide, the big, happy, bright-smiled people, celebrities that we see. That's what they were going through. Your friends somewhere, see in the hood, your cousins, guys.
Okay.
Hypomania.
No, it's a thing.
It's depression. It's part of
right.
depression. That's the bipolar, the two sides, the second phase of the disorder. Right?
Yeah.
Right. That was quite an eye opener. I hope everybody at home watching and listening
Yes, indeed. It
is
is.
having that moment of aha as well, you know?
People are
And
not happy nowadays.
yeah.
People are sad.
fake it till
We are
you
living
make
in a
it.
sad generation. Sad. That's what they always say. Sad gen.
Masad said.
My sad.
Fake it till you make it.
it
Sometimes
till
it's
you
fake
make
it till, you know.
You
But
break
yeah,
it.
You break it. Fake it till you break, you know? Yeah. So now we're going to be going into the causes and finally how it's diagnosed and can be treated. Right? We have 7 minutes on the clock. I'm just going to do a run through the causes. cause, effect, cause, effect, cause, effect, cause, effect. Okay. The causes. This is a dysregulation of brain functioning, and it is sometimes genetic. So if a family member, your mom, your dad, maybe even your aunt or uncle, grandparents have had depression before, or bipolar 1 or bipolar 2 disorder, you're most likely going to have it. You're either going to be blessed, for lack of a better phrase to say, with one of the effects, either the mania or the depression, or both, and not have the second most severe one. Or you're going to be unfortunate and be everything. Both of them just like that. And when you're living in a society like ours, where we don't particularly take mental health into accordance to why certain behaviors or people behave the way that they behave, it becomes very difficult, because you don't understand what's going on. To try and explain to somebody who probably wouldn't want to understand what's going on is also a problem. And therefore, you know they have it. They don't know they have it, or they don't want to admit they have it. And that makes it difficult on you as a genetic inheritor of it, because then you don't know what is the intensity, who do I tell. This person is always angry, but now because I've always judged them for the duration of my life, I can't even go to them and say, Mama, Papa,
So is it genetically inherited?
yes.
Okay.
It passes down the line. Asthma.
All right.
Yes. What else? It says usually you can be diagnosed between the ages of 15 and 24, and it lasts throughout your lifetime. There isn't particularly a cure for it, and of course it is unknown, as most of these
But I think
mental illnesses are, what the cause actually is.
Yeah, but I think it is associated with mood swings. Am I right?
That's exactly what bipolar
Because those
disorder
people
is.
who are always having some bad moods, mood
Who
swings on a daily basis, I think is one of the things that
Yes,
contribute to
that's
the association of.
literally what bipolar disorder is. Somebody, I could be seated here, lively like this, explaining things to you, wow, and then get off the mic and start
And start
trashing the
sitting
whole
over there.
place, and you're like, how, sis? Kwenzakala? And I thought, what must happen now? You know? Yeah. And then the severity differs. The severity differs, and it has a high rate of recurrence. That's where the rapid cycling that I first talked about earlier comes from. And then 90% of individuals of bipolar 1 disorder have at least one psychotic hospitalization.
You are right.
And are prone to at least 3 or so suicide attempts or suicide thoughts.
Okay,
Yeah,
that is scary.
that is very scary. That is very, very scary. Whew. You usually perform a physical exam, and your doctor will evaluate your signs and symptoms, and then the lab tests will be run, your family history will be run, and then they'll get to see what it is that you have. And the treatment usually include mood stabilizers such as lithium, certain anticonvulsants, because usually when you're having, sometimes I've seen it, I think, in depictions in movies or shows like that, you have somebody who is having a bipolar episode, and they're having these mood swings, and they have convulsions as if they're having seizures. Yes. So they administer anticonvulsants to you, antipsychotics to help with the hallucinations, and benzodiazepines. Ooh, today we're just talking medical terms that nobody can.
People are learning today.
Wow. Yo.
From the nay to that.
You know what I did when I did this for my podcast? I think I just skipped over this word, and now it's coming back to bite me, because I was like, yeah, benz or something. Guys, depends on like. But yeah, they may also be used to stabilize your mood. Sometimes antidepressants are given in combination with mood stabilizers. And then, although antidepressants are often not as effective as some mood stabilizers, or certain atypical antipsychotics for treating depression and bipolar disorder.
Yeah. You are right.
Woo! That was a mouthful. That was food for thought, ladies and gentlemen. Moms and dads, guardians out there, please be on the lookout for your little ones, your teenagers.
Your friends, your
Ha se
family
teenager,
members.
ha se the mood swings, a teenager.
stage.
It's not a phase.
Usually our parents will just say, no, que stage is a
Hey,
target.
it's a
with that being said, I realized that most of the people who are involved in those kind of situations, they usually go for substances like
Hey,
alcohol.
yes.
I think those are the ones that we
yes,
can
yes.
clarify at the end of this session, because most of the people, when they see people being involved in drugs, alcohol, blah blah blah, so they think those people are just fine. They just want to have fun. Whereas
Remember
people
I
are not
said
having fun.
remember I said they
Yeah.
start having this risky behavior, or they start wanting to have reckless pleasure seeking behaviors.
Yes.
That is involved, and somebody that you knew didn't take any substance, not even to drink, starts drinking or starts doing weed, and then all of a sudden they're doing hard drugs. It's because they have that thing, and then because sometimes people use substances as a method of coping with depression or anxiety, especially if you have PTSD. That is what people use the substance, like, okay, no, this is how I cope. If I don't think about it, I don't suffer from it. And for me not to think about it, I have to do something that
So they
flies
kind
the
of use it
thoughts
to
out.
kind of numb the pain.
You are right.
Under the
Exactly.
illusion now, okay, fine, if I was to indulge in alcohol, I would forget about this just for a certain period of time and then pass out.
Yes.
But then when you
The
wake up,
problem doesn't change, it's still there. It's sometimes
So you
worse
really need to
because
deal with it
substances
clinically.
usually
Yes.
amplify experiences or feelings. Okay, thank you so much, you
Thank
guys,
you.
for availing yourselves, even though I just kind of roped you in. I mean, it's radio. Like Mr. Eddie said in the morning, we have the liberty to do whatever we want sometimes, and we take advantage of that on our radio. This has been Miss T today on the lunch hour drive. We were talking manic depression. Please do look out for your loved ones. Check on them a lot. Check your kids, your cousins, your baby brothers, your baby sisters, your siblings, and you might save a life or two. It's 2 p.m. We're going to be having a very special show coming in for you between the hour of 2 and 3. So please do stay tuned. This is TDA TELE radio show coming live to you from the Dow Academy in Machudi. I'm Miss T and I'm signing out. Goodbye.